screwballs. Great velocity in the circle. Flau'Jae with 50 in. We'll see Carly Sleeman leading off for the Wildcats. Carly Sleeman got the party started early yesterday, getting herself on base. Allie Blum able to keep the momentum going, and Maddie Clark laying down a sacrifice bunt yesterday, keeping the... Carly Sleeman with the 0-2 count. Getting behind in the count early, but
I will say this. Kentucky,
that's something we talked about yesterday. As Agbayani calls off Garcia.
Regardless of the scoreboard, regardless of wins and losses, that's the message, right? Is to do things the right way.
They are pounding the ball. Lots of foul balls, lots of attack. Question of how do you continue that throughout the game?
Yeah, I mean, if we go back, if you blinked, that game got turned on its head very quickly. But the Wildcats were in game one until the bottom of the third. The Sooners racked up a huge cricket number as Maddie Clark continuing to take massive half inning where the Sooner offense did what they've done to so many teams this season.
Yeah, and it's a matter of finishing. As she gets that back, forwards K, excuse me, 56 miles per hour.
What I love about that pitch more is the location. Working straight at the knee. You can throw the changeup down the middle of the plate if you've got downward break like that.
Yeah.
So Kentucky pitching had them on the ropes. Opportunities to work out of some binds as Carissa Hamilton continues to make Oshina work in the circle. Lots of foul balls. But so reminiscent of last night. Regardless of what continues here in the top of the first, Wildcats out to an early start and going to make the Sooners chase them. And Oshina ground ball right back to her. She'll glove it. And that will do it here in the top of the first. But not before Kentucky on this Good Friday. I'm DJ Sanchez along with Destiny McElroy. Let's take a look at that Sooners lineup. Very similar to what we're seeing last night.
54 hits, 8 doubles, 4 triples, 6 home runs, 30 RBIs.
Doing all of that from the leadoff spot.
Yes. And, you know, she's truly capable of placing the ball as a slapper. She can bunt as a standing in or read.
You'll also see the senior work her pitches at different speeds beyond as that pitch pops right up on the infield to Clark for out number 1. But as I was talking about the change of speeds, but Hendigas keeps the ball down, and that's going to be a really big key for Kentucky that is coming from a freshman who's really kind of shown herself to be just an all-around hitter.
Yeah, I mean, this entire freshman class has been so impressive. And
always use with a freshman.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Sarah Hendigas, nice location.
Jocelyn Allo, yeah. And I think what's even more crazy is where we're at in the season.
That's a nice pitch from Hendigas. But ball 4 to Kendall Wells as she draws a walk.
They can't handle. Got to keep the ball down in the zone and find the right locations on the corners.
The 3-1 to Pickering misses outside, which will load him up for Ella Parker. But always rocking the visor. A little bit of a check swing from Ella Parker, and they're going to say she offered on a nice drop ball from Hendigas on the inner half.
Just trying to keep Kendall awake over there.
And there is that changeup.
It's a big out.
massive strikeout for Hindegis. Things we saw last night. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Hindegis, massive strikeout of Ella Parker, and an opportunity here to work out of a huge jam as that off-speed pitch floats in for strike 1.
Bases loaded opportunities last night.
And the 3-1 just misses low and away to walk in the tying run. McDaniel, the 5-pitch walk, and the Sooners, from a pitcher standpoint, right?
Yeah.
These are good pitches. I even said the pitch to Kendall Wells for ball 4. Quality pitch on the inner half. That said, and I feel like you still, you've got to trust your stuff.
Yeah.
Hindegis has tremendous pitches, and that's a really great location with the curveball. And you hear the Sooner fans groaning, but that's a strike. Every man a strike.
I will say that Michael Hernandez behind the plate has been pretty consistent on his zone.
Yes. Payoff pitch here.
He had 38 walks coming into this game.
That's a few.
That is, but with 87 innings pitched, I mean, she's had 4 this inning.
Get out of a jam. 2 outs, bases loaded. Back-to-back walks. Sooners scoring both runs. Again, 2 outs.
Yeah, we have seen, again, all day yesterday. We're seeing it again today, just when they're, in this instance, let them make contact.
Really nice pitch. Ground ball, going to have to be quick as Sleeman slings it across to retire Barker, and Hindegis minimizes the damage here in the first, but not before the Sooners take the lead 2-1. We're heading 6 in the RPI right now, but they have had to run quite an SEC schedule, Destiny, to start off.
Tennessee and the environments that they're going to have to play in are tough.
And let's not forget, this is a Kentucky team that started the season on a 13-game win streak between February and March. Off to an unbelievably hot start. They've been plagued a little bit by injury in the circle. A very, very difficult schedule. Hard to do in general, even harder to do when you're not at full capacity in the bullpen. And Hammond is retired for the first. Alexa Riddell stands in for Kentucky. And Destiny, you were talking something that probably, like you said, Destiny does not get enough play.
On defense and I feel like on offense too, she's such an important asset to this lineup. She's always getting the party started. And her energy is
Ball popped up on the infield, and she knew we were talking about her.
There she goes again. I mean, covering so much ground. She was playing deep in the hole. This is the challenge, right? Is how aggressive do I need to be with the pitches that I'm given? That's where, you know, Coach Lawson is like, we've got to be aggressive, we've got to attack. But Wachena's got some good movement. You can use that to your advantage. As a pitcher, you understand, okay, if they're not chasing that pitch, I know I'm not getting a strike called. So making those adjustments is so important.
And Gabby Garcia will vacuum it up and retire the side as we head to the bottom half of the second. Sooners on top.
Key dates, write them down, add them to your calendars. Lots of changes could happen too. I'm excited to see how.
Not quite even halfway through this series here in Norman. So the 3-1 is in for a called strike, catching the bottom half of the strike zone.
Dayton did not agree with that.
But and that will roll it back up to the top of the lineup. And one thing we did not see from Hindegis gets back to work. That ball is laced to
in her glove and putting that hope back into Hindigus.
It's amazing sometimes how the game evens out. As Wells stands in.
Kind of cruising it out. They see that easy fly ball hit to left field, kind of cruise on over to first, but her horse.
We've got Dayton tagging up on the fly ball, and she will slide in safely at third, but huge. But what a spot here for the Wildcats to get some momentum.
Garcia with the 429. Whether it's sit and change, late rhythm, whatever that looks like, they've got to be able to attack.
(3-2) from Hindigus. Just misses outside, and her 5th walk here in this ball game will bring up Cass.
Sooners have proven to have with 2 outs.
So we've talked a lot about the consistency, and first pitch to Pickering, a called strike. Very similar to some of these pitches we've much of having an effective changeup like Hindigus that you could play by Bloom. It not in time. And the Sooners.
Stop to the Sooners.
If you look, you almost feel the story of this series so far, and a lot of like that may be the day for Kentucky starter Sarah Hindigus. And again, so
that momentum going, they don't let the outs really matter, keeping it alive. But I'd like to see Kentucky kind of close the door and make something happen here. When you're throwing to this offense, it is so tough to find the perfect location. She was another one where we talked about her walk ratio.
Oslanzi has in comparison to Hindigus, but has that velocity, the ability to mix speeds as Agbayani keeps the 2-out rally alive to make it first and second for Sid. And hit by that pitch, and didn't seem to phase her much.
I think for the flip side, we talk about the 2 outs for Kentucky. Just 2 here, there, but they're giving up a lot of opportunity.
And this ball hit well to right, but Peyton Platts takes care of it, and Kentucky flashing some leather in the second, but not before the Sooners put up a lot of ball to play before we get to Oklahoma City. As Wachenio is back to work. But when you talk to Coach Lawson about this Wildcat catcher, nothing but glowing.
Yeah, no, I think that's where we talk about the consistency over and over again as a pitcher and a hitter. You got to know that zone.
But that one is to sit down Emmert. And Wachenio back in the second inning. And Destiny, you know this. There are a few more difficult things than to track a hard hit line drive that has backspin. This ball hit well to left field, but Abby Dayton is underneath it, and 2 quick outs. First at bat here in the game, setting a tone with the home run, and things shifted quickly. First pitch, loop and line drive, and Abby Dayton is there to retire Carly Sleeman, and as a freshman.
One of the toughest conferences, facing some of the most elite pitchers. Just doing a tremendous job leading this whole 9-hole sometimes, but no matter where she's been in the lineup, she has performed well.
talked so much about.
So many added layers to their plate now in college as a college athlete when you're looking at NIL deals and
Minor is retired. 37% of the home runs have been scored by freshmen for this Sooner offense.
And those numbers in itself, just based on the freshman class, have got to be pretty competitive nationwide among.
Big upside and so much room to grow. Kendall Wells skies it high and out of play.
How do we get around this? And some feedback is just maybe consider walking her. And then she's like, well, then look at the rest of the line.
As well, and we made mention of this in game 1, Destiny. That is, with the pace that she set, says Gabby Garcia. Wells is in the box. Every foul ball, you hear that gasp. But she does not disappoint, and Slau'Jae goes right after Gabby Garcia. You got to love the response, getting the K right after the home run on a really nice pitch on the inner half. Cassie Pickering stands in and hacking first pitch, but Slau'Jae working in the strike zone, going right after these Sooner hitters.
Not close enough to leave it up and hanging in the zone.
And ground ball right to Blum, and she'll take care of it. It's unbelievable as a super senior. I don't care who you are.
Exactly. I mean, that's incredible. There's no real words for that.
And Allie Blum right back up the middle. And Blum has been a thorn. It's one of those little things that Allie Blum is doing. Her leadoffs are so aggressive, and you can just see it. As the 3-0 is popped up to the right side. Ella Parker takes care of it, and 3-0 swinging.
That she was the one catching that ball to have the throw and the chance at home plate, but able to keep Blum on the base path. Not even a threat. She didn't even attempt. Really good call by Abby Dayton in left field.
Side, Kentucky looking for a little bit of a, had a tough schedule. I would say it's safe to say they haven't gotten to the toughest part of their SEC schedule yet. As Ella Parker is aboard with a leadoff single to start the 4th.
It's going to be a tough one. Got the Gasso matchup there.
Agbayani. Agbayani 1 for 1 on the day. Drew a walk back in the 1st. And Slau'Jae, we've talked so much about the velocity and her ability to move the ball, but has given up a couple home runs here since she's in 8-run deficit for the Wildcats and putting the Sooners just 3 outs away from ending this game in the top of the 5th. But Slau'Jae needing to keep this game in check as that ball is laced to left field. But gloved and taken care of. Expect to see her stay in probably at third base.
Another freshman that we can talk about for days. I mean, she's
a little bit, but has those 10 home runs. And Parker has not started every game, right? And having that type of production in spot starts and pinch hit positions in places where handling whatever is thrown at her so well, as this ball is lined to the right side, and Parker is aboard.
just loving what I'm seeing from the freshman class. I mean,
Owen has gotten some starts throughout the season, has gotten some opportunities. The sophomore, more aggressive hack than what we see from Tia Malloy. And there's one right off the bat. You're gonna flare foul. Malloy, a 367 hitter on the year. But a 767. Some havoc when she gets her opportunities, and so Flau'Jae gets her chasing. And big strikeouts for Flau'Jae, trying to keep this game. Still one more game tomorrow. So really wanting to see Flau'Jae bear down here with 2 outs, and it's exactly what she's doing. We've seen, and I feel like I've said this over and over, but I feel like, and I said this last night, really good pitches and some really good locations. And speaking of good locations, Cheney Helton down on strikes, and Flau'Jae giving Kentucky a fighting shot here in the...
Got her team in a position to score some runs. She had great pitches, able to really execute all sides of the plate, mix in some off speeds. Called upon, she has found her way.
And first pitch off the bat for Peyton Platts. Sparker pulls the string. Lots of changes for the Sooners defensively, as Cheney Helton stays in this ball game and goes to center. Parker retires Emmert by way of the K for the second time here today. Donaldson flew out to left field, back in the third, and Kentucky has come out guns a-blazing, scored all of their runs in this series so far in the first inning. 2 runs in the first in game 1. Wildcat dugout, the offense has been pretty quiet as ground ball to Gabby Garcia. She fires it across in a play that Garcia makes look routine. It's definitely not when you're seeing those kind of hops.
Just being decisive. I mean, she's playing deep in the hole. I love the way that she, early on in this game, how Kentucky did come out aggressive last game and this game. It's that in-between time of keeping it alive, and that's a great pitch from Alyssa Parker. Coming in at 44 miles per hour.
Miley Wacheño picks up the win, and that is the